We are going to continue with our fourth chapter, right? And today's topic is very important, that is decentralization. Okay, we have already learned this thing that about centralization and decentralization in the second chapter, that is the principles of management given by Mr. Henry Fayol, right? Starting with decentralization, what is the concept? See, when we study the organization structure, we can come to know with two things. First, centralization and decentralization. Centralization, that means what? Where the authority that will remains with the one single person or with only one level, that is called as what? That is called as the centralization. That means decisions of the business or a business unit that will be taken by whom? That will be taken by the single person or by the single level, right? There is no authority will be delegated. And decentralization, that means what? That is some sort of authority that will be delegated or that will be distributed amongst the various levels, that is middle level and the bottom level of management, right? See, we can understand with the example of that levels of management diagram of levels of management, that is top, middle and bottom, right? That in middle level management there are various departmental heads that are going to be there, and they are going to have what? They are going to have that authority of what? Authority of to take decision regarding or in respect with the particular department, right? Supervisors, they are going to have that authority to control over the group, that is the workers they are working under them. Okay, right? So mainly when we study the organizational structure, we can come to know of this, that is centralization of authority and decentralization of the authority, right? That if the responsibility that is assigned, responsibility that is given, okay, so sometimes there is what? There need to be what? There need to be delegation of authority it is going to require, and that is called as what? That is called as a decentralization, right? We can take the example of schools. Management, that is trustees, they are going to appoint principal, they are going to have that various coordinators and teachers, they are going to handle all the particular education tasks, right? So that is what? That is called as a decentralization, because it is when the size of a business unit that is going to be large or that is going to be huge, right? So at that point of time, to control the whole organization or the particular business unit is not possible with only single person. Getting the point, right? So that is why decentralization is necessary, right? See, if it is a small scale business, then yes, centralization that is possible. But when it is large scale business or the business size is large, then we need what? We need decentralization. Okay, getting my point, right? See, it depends on what? See, it depends on whom? It depends on the particular administrators, right? That what they are going to do, right? That they are going to take or keep powers, everything in their hand, or they want to what? They want to delegate, right? If it is a small size, then what? They get centralization of power, it will be there. But when the size of the organization, that is what? They are huge. So obviously what we are going to need? We are going to need decentralization. Right, see, it is mentioned here that small size organization can have centralized powers and the large size organization can have a decentralized form, right? Ultimately it will bring the success. Okay, right? Say for an example that if the principal, they are going to only have what? They are going to only have to go to the each and every class, they are going to take attendance, they are going to have that particular study material. So what? It will be a very hectic task. Success it will not be getting, right? They are not going to get any kind of success. So it depends on what? It depends on the particular that type and a size of organization. That centralization or decentralization, that will be what? That will be decided or it will be assigned. Okay, right? And the success of any organization or success of a business unit, that depends on this, right? That whether suppose for an example that a single person is there and he is going to what? He is going to handle everything, he is going to take decision, he is going to have that particular power about what? Power about to take a decision. So obviously it is not going to be a workout. Like suppose for an example that Mr. Mukesh Ambani, right? He is taking decision about Jio and everything, but ultimately what? He has delegated some sort of authority to the managers, right? That has been appointed by him. So he just only need to what? He just only need to collect the reports from him. Getting my point, right? Meaning that is given that delegation of power from upper to lower level in orderly manner, that is known as what? That is known as a decentralization of a power, right? That what? Okay, yes, top level management, they are going to delegate some sort of authority to middle, and middle level they are going to delegate the authority to the bottom. That means to the supervisors, limited up to supervisors, right? The top level management, they are going to have the supreme authority. They are going to have the supreme authority. Yes, they will be taking the decisions which will be applicable to the whole organization or whole business unit, right? Middle level management, they will be assigned that authority and responsibility up to the limit of particular that department only, right? Suppose production department head is there, then they are going to have that authority to run the business or to run the particular department, right? To take the decision, to take the particular disciplinary action, or they are going to have that particular decision that how many employees that they are going to get in a specific department. Getting my point, right? So it is a what that, yes, we can say that is the that the delegation of authority or distribution of power that flows from top to middle and middle to bottom. That is called as what? That is called as a decentralization of a power. And definition given by Mr. Henry Fayol: assign powers to the superiors to enable distribution of work and to include in decision making process. That is called as what? That is called as a decentralization. See, we have already studied the functions of the various levels of management, right? That middle level management, they are going to help in making the policy decision. To whom? To the top level management, right? Getting my point? So authority, that will be given, distribution of work, it will be there, and most importantly, that is what they need to, what they need to involve them, the top level management, they need to involve them in taking or in making the particular decision, right? Because ultimately that administration task, the particular thing that they are going to implement, that will be done by whom? That will be done by middle level and the bottom level of management, right? Maximum administration task, it will be there with whom? It will be there with the middle and the bottom level. So it is required that yes, whatever the things that they are facing the problem while implementing the decision that has been taken by the top level management, that will be considered. Okay, right? So that concept, meaning and definition. Okay, right? Now moving ahead with the importance of decentralization. First, that is quick decision. See, when the decentralization, that means distribution of power will be there. So obviously that, suppose take an example of a production department, right? That we have assigned the authority, the top level management, they have assigned the authority, okay, yes, you have the authority to take decision regarding or in respect with your department, but just need to inform to whom? Just need to inform the top level management. They don't need to take any kind of consent or a permission from the top level. So the decisions regarding the production department, that can be taken quick, because the production departmental head doesn't need to go every time, each and every time, and go and ask the particular top management, okay, yeah, I'm going to do this and give me a permission, nothing like that, right? When the excess of authority is there, obviously what is going to be there? That quick decision, it will be taken, right? And that effectiveness, that is going to be there. That time to time work, it will be what? It will be completed. So managers, they are going to what? Managers, they are going to become effective, right? See, understand this thing, that difference between effective and efficiency. Effective, that means what? Effective, that means that whatever the task that has been assigned, that is completed within a stipulated period of time. Efficiency, that means with minimum cost and with less errors, right? So when decentralization, it will be there, quick decision that can be taken. So effectiveness of the managers, that is going to what? That is going to increase. Okay. Second, less workload on top level. Obviously given distribution of power, it will be there, so the top level management, they can what? They can focus on the policy regarding the decision of a policy, right? They can what? They can focus about that growth of the business, right? They doesn't need to, that routine work, it will be done with the help of what? With the help of middle level and the bottom level of management, right? So burden of the top level, that is going to what? That is going to decrease. Getting the point, right? Because they have what? They have delegated the authority, they have distributed the powers amongst the various different departments or the particular levels, like middle level and the bottom level. Getting my point, right? Then increased in motivation. Now what is motivation? Understand this thing. Motivation, that means to that one sort of inspiration, right? That the people or the employees, they are going to get. Like suppose for an example, okay, when a managers, they are going given that authority, assigned that authority to take decisions, and when those decisions, they can see, okay, yes, my decisions are becoming economical to the company, to the organization or the business unit, right? Then obviously what is going to happen? They are going to what? They are going to take the decision with that, we can say that, that efficiency and effectiveness, that is going to what? That is going to increase, right? They are going to see, yes, my decisions, whatever the decision that as a manager I am taking, they are becoming successful. So that person feel motivated. That person feel, yes, whatever the things that I am doing, that is what? That is helping the business unit in achievement of the objective. Right? So their confidence, that is going to what? That confidence, that is going to increase, right? See, and if decisions, they are becoming wrong, so obviously they can what? They can learn that experience that they are going to get. Getting my point, right? So that, see, particular that, that the act of taking the decision or the art of getting that particular decision, right? That is what? That will boost the confidence of the managers, right? When they have that authority, they have that particular responsibility, they are going to take decision very cautiously. They are not going to have that particular thing that that not in the air. Getting my point, right? So that motivation that they are going to get, while they can see that yes, my decisions, whatever the decisions that I am taking, they are becoming successful. And when that decision, whatever the decision that they are taking, they are becoming successful. So obviously, what is going to happen? Obviously, they are going to feel motivated. That means managers, right? Then increase in management abilities. See, they are going to that employees, when they are going to be assigned with the authority or a particular responsibility, they are going to what? They are going to coordinate with each other. They are going to coordinate with the various departmental heads. They are going to coordinate with the top level management. They are going to manage all the administrative tasks, right? And they can see, okay, yes, skills, that is what, that is improving with the help of what? With the help of that experience. Right? See, but when we delegate the authority, we need to keep some things in mind, like that the ability to take decision, that capability of the particular employee, whether they are taking the correct decision or not, their experience, their knowledge, their skill, and most important, that leadership skill, that we need to that we need to keep that thing in mind, right? So that if they are lacking with something, then they can have that particular thing they can learn, so that management ability, the managerial ability of the employee, that is going to increase, right? They can learn, they can take decision, whether if it becomes successful, then obviously they are going to have that motivation that we have seen in the third point, right? So they are going to take the different situation with the different circumstances, right? And ultimately it is going to it will increase their abilities, right? Management abilities or managerial abilities. Getting my point, right? So ultimately they can learn about what? They can learn about the coordination, they can learn about to take decision, that administrative skill, that is going to increase, right? They can handle the team that are assigned under them. Getting my point, right? Then effective control. See, take an example that I have given you about the production departmental head. That production department, suppose I am a departmental head, so I am having that particular power of regarding my department, right? If any employee they are committing mistake, if any employee they are misbehaving or they are not doing their work properly, then I have the power to take a disciplinary action against them. I don't need to ask to the particular top level management, right? So effective control, that can become what? That can become possible, right? Suppose that a few employees, that not say for 5 employees, they are doing well, another 2 they are not doing well, so I can take disciplinary action against them. Why? Because I have that power, I have that authority, right, regarding or in respect with the particular department, that is production department, right? So I can take my decision, I can inform the top level management later on, but I can take the disciplinary action against those employees or against those workers who are not doing the work properly, right? Proper work need to be done within a stipulated time, so and so only. If no effective control will be there, then obviously what is going to happen? That yes, they are not going to have that particular success in the business or success in the organization. Okay, right? Getting my point? So effective control, that can become possible because of what? Because of decentralization or because of delegation of authority, right? 6th, harmony is created. Obviously when middle level management and top level management, they are going to take decision or policy decisions while discussing, right? So they are going to coordinate with each other. Same way, suggestions will be given by the bottom level, that is supervisors, right? Those who are actually involving the physical task. So obviously there will be a coordination. Decision that will be taken after the proper discussion amongst the various levels of management or the particular person who has assigned with the authority, right? So they are going to discuss, they are going to coordinate, they are going to communicate with each other. So obviously what is going to happen? Harmony is going to be created. Harmony, that means what? Harmony, that means that there will be particular proper relations or proper communications that will be done amongst the various levels of management, amongst the same level of management, but with the different departments like purchase department, production department, sales department, marketing department, right? They can take decision, they can discuss amongst each other, and then they are going to implement, or they are going to administer the particular task, right? So ultimately harmony, that will be what? Harmony that will be created, right? So these are the 6 points of importance. Now limitations. What are the limitations of decentralization? First, when the size is small, decentralization is not possible. That is, the business unit is small size, then it is not possible. And where the business secrets that need to be maintained, obviously that will be that at that particular point of time decentralization is not going to be getting a success, or we can say it will not be successful, right? Reason is what, that is when you are delegating the authority, you are what you are doing, you are that giving away that particular person to know about the business secrets, right? And when the business secrets, there are that strategy that must be hidden, that we have learned in chapter 3, right? So that strategy that will be open, right? And those who are not that trustful person, right, particular those person, what they are going to do, obviously they are going to reveal the secret, right? So where the business secrets that need to be maintained, obviously decentralization is not applicable, right? Or due to common policy not implemented or coordination not maintained properly, obviously decentralization is not going to have that success. Okay, right? See, for the successful decentralization, or we can say the delegation of authority, that coordination is must. If no coordination is there, that people, they are not supporting each other, they are not communicating or coordinating with each other, obviously what is going to happen, decentralization is going to be a failure, right? Getting the point? So decentralization is possible when coordination is to be done or is to be maintained in a proper way. Okay, right? So that's it for today, and next lecture, that will be the last, we are going to complete this chapter, right? You need to write down the notes. Okay, on Wednesday we are going to have a test of OC, that is second chapter, principles of management, online test it will be taken. Okay, fine, thank you.